So today's Market on the Rocks. My rocks will be this Japanese milk tea made by the Kirin company, which I had this in Japan, and then I saw it at the import store. I forgot what it's called. It's like Osaya Imports or something. Osaya, yeah. And places right up the street on South Lamar, and yeah, it's been sitting in my fridge for a while, and it says it expires in July, so about time I drink it.
I saw your social media post on them.
Yeah, that's
I got to get there.
Yeah, it was a really cool store. Highly suggest.
It is cool. It's like a little, like, almost like a 7-Eleven right by Kirby Lane, right? But it's like, it's not a 7-Eleven, but it's...
You want to bring that mic a little bit closer to you.
Yeah, it's definitely like...
You can move the mic any which way.
Yeah, move it a little higher.
Yep, bring it up. There we go.
There we go.
There we
All
are.
right, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, you sound a lot
Deer
better
in the
now.
headlights.
All right.
You're good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a convenience store, but or like a gift store, but they have a
Right.
bunch of random just Japanese imported things, and surprisingly, it's not as expensive as I feel like they could make it if they wanted.
Well, good on them.
But speaking of expensive things, let's talk about Rainey Street. So our special guest today, his name is Marcus. Remind me your last name?
Regalado.
Regalado.
Yes.
And he is sole owner or co-owner?
So my dad, my brother, and I, we all like own together the Rainey House on Rainey Street.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And has it always been the Rainey House? Tell us how it started. I mean, I know the story, but, tell us how this all began.
Yeah. So my dad actually, he moved into the property in 1969. Well, my grandfather actually bought it in 1969.
As a house.
As a house, yeah. And he moved his family there from a little bit further east Austin off of like Clifford Street.
Okay.
It's close to the MLK neighborhood east. Yeah, so we bought that. My grandfather bought that, and he moved in with, I want to say 7 of his 9 kids. My father was the youngest of 9. And then he stayed there for, most of his life. And after my grandfather had passed away, he had passed it on to my father. My father joined the police department, was kind of like taking care of the family. I mean, everyone was like in and out, helping like, pitch in equally. But my dad was like the main like guy for the most part. After my grandmother had passed away, he put the house on the market to lease it. And we leased it out to a group called Unbelievable. They were there for about, I want to say 9-10 years. After the lease was over, we decided it was like our turn to, try something on Rainey Street after watching it all like grow.
Is there still an Unbelievable that exists?
Isn't the West 6 one still there?
Yeah, the West 6 one's still
Right.
there. Yeah, we're no affiliation, just different group of people that rented it out. Yeah.
I gotcha. So
Was it a chain? Or was it it's the same owners?
Unbelievable. Yeah, I believe they're owned by the same people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was
Like the Mayfair rooftop aquarium. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
So they had the place for 10 years. I have a question as somebody who...
We can't talk about their downfall.
Who?
The downfall of Unbelievable.
Oh, I don't even know.
Oh.
Is there a downfall of Unbelievable?
We can't mention it on air.
Okay, we won't. So
He warned me.
when did Rainey Street become kind of what it is today? I mean, how do we get from your grandfather purchasing a property that his family lives in, and then all of a sudden your mom passes it down, and then poof, it's a bar?
No, so my grandfather passed it down to my dad.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, so it was Lustrous Pearl, I believe, was the first bar to open up on Rainey Street. Man, I want to say it was like 2015, maybe 2012.
Okay.
Maybe even a little earlier than that.
And so was your grandmother still living in the house?
Yes.
When,
Yes,
okay.
she was. Yeah, she was still living in the house at that time. Yeah, she would sit at the front porch. The window's still there, and part of the front porch is, and then she would obviously like watch everyone like
Right.
pass up and down, because then Bangers opened up shortly after, and a couple other bars like Blackheart. I mean, we're not the last one technically,
Right,
But
but you were one of
it
the
was
last
one of the
houses.
last houses there. Like we had people living. Oh, my mic cut out. Sorry. We have people living there and stuff like that. Obviously, like while there's still like businesses booming and moving and grooving.
Gotcha.
Like Lucille's opening up and stuff.
Right
Pretty
on.
cool. Yeah.
She kind of reminds me of the old lady from Up.
Right. Yeah.
They build everything else on this street, and it's like, I'm going to stay in my house.
No. Yeah. Exactly.
What made her decide she wanted to stick around through all that partying?
Was
Was that just who Grandma was?
she had dementia, so it was just more of like this was her home, so she stayed
Right.
there
She
and
just wasn't-
until she moved on.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So then grandma passes the house to your dad, and then your dad immediately is like, "We're gonna turn this into a bar."
No, my uncle's still living there for a little while,
Okay.
but we had put it on the market for lease. A group had reached out to us from Dallas. They owned like a liquor store. I don't really know their whole story.
Yeah.
They tried to kind of make it into a speakeasy before like speakeasies were like hit. I
Okay.
think if they would have finished, it would have been a slam dunk. But I mean, obviously, on Barley Bowl was a slam dunk as well. But they ended up, I don't know what their story is. It seemed like they ran out of money. The group of Unbarley Bowl took over their lease, and then that's history from there. You know, they made their circus bar and did really well on Rainey for many, many years.
Gotcha. And they were there for, you said, about 10 years?
Yeah.
And
about
then
10
y'all
years.
took it over.
Yep. So yeah, after the lease was over, they and us, like, they had gutted it, so we completely gutted it as well, and we remodeled, keeping the same layout, but remodeled the building and everything else into like our own theme, which is this Apollo disco, kind of like leaning into like the 1969s, kind of like mixing into like this like future forward like idea. We have a UFO disco ball.
Yeah.
That's like beaming
I've
up
been
in
there.
the middle of the bar. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch of lights and LEDs everywhere. An astronaut spacesuit hanging from the ceiling.
I'm ashamed I haven't been there yet. But do you still have the slide?
We do not have the slide anymore.
No,
Yeah.
that was an important.
Yeah, there's definitely
Part.
something in the works.
Oh.
But it's your one.
Ball
you
pit?
know?
Well, you'll have to come on and announce it. When I saw the spacesuit, I said they should put Katy Perry's face in the man with the spacesuit.
I like that, and have it kissing the ground.
Yeah.
Have it kissing the bar?
Like it's above the bar, kind of like floating, you know. And since Katy Perry's an astronaut, I thought that would be
That would
pretty
be
amazing.
Pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah. Probably the most famous astronaut there is.
Of course. So how long has how long have your parents basically been operating the bar now?
Well, it's my dad, my brother, and I are the ones that are operating it.
Okay.
And I guess a year
A
now
year?
would be
So it's like 1 year?
Yeah, we opened up in March, like early March. I want to say like March 14th.
Okay.
But since May we have been like in the process of opening and remodeling. Yeah.
Anything that you've experienced since you've been doing this that you kind of didn't expect to have happen? I would envision there's probably lots of those stories.
I want to
right?
hear about the bar fights.
Not too many fights. I didn't expect everyone to be kind of like so friendly. A lot of the neighbors are pretty friendly. That was something that was kind of like a surprise.
Okay.
It's like how kind of like welcoming the whole industry has been.
Right. You mean like your bar neighbors?
Yeah, our bar neighbors.
Right.
Yeah, definitely the bar neighbors. The high-rise neighbors have been great for the most part. Obviously, there's a new bar on the street and
Yep.
new live music, so that can be a little annoying if you're trying to get some rest and don't understand the exact like time frames people can play loud music.
Who
but,
wants to sleep on Rainey Street?
But other than that, yeah, our neighbors have been
bad.
super awesome.
That's cool.
And, like the whole industry has been super supportive, so it's been pretty good. It's been a good feeling. Like that's something that was like really surprising.
So you said live music. Are y'all bringing back Sunday Fun Days?
Sunday Fun Days is definitely something that like everybody on Rainey Street's definitely trying to push. A few of the bars, like us included, are thinking about collaborating into something like that.
Sunday's my favorite day to drink.
I can see that. Start at church. Yeah, my favorite thing used to be when, was it Idle Hands? Or I think it was Eisenhower, so it'd have the band PDA performing every Sunday afternoon. And they're this like wedding cover band. They do all of like the, typical like 80s and Michael Jackson and Bruno Mars. And
Yep.
Right.
and yeah, they were just a good time. You're just standing in their front yard drinking this really tall sangria out of a jar, just listening to some funk and stuff.
Well, I know that
time.
like Rainey for a minute there, if you asked like the average bar goer, they were like, yeah, Rainey's kind of, I don't know what you would say, like calming down or evolving or whatever because of all of the high rises and stuff like that. A lot of those bars got out of there. Do you feel like things are starting to pick back up again?
Yeah, I definitely feel like things are starting to pick back up again. It's funny that you mentioned PDA. That is definitely someone we're considering.
Oh man,
Like,
bring it
yeah,
back.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's
That'd
so
be
funny. My dad
amazing.
has been like a big advocate for them. He enjoyed the Eisenhower evenings as well.
Oh, I love that.
But no, I think Rainey Street's definitely coming back. They say it's like Rainey Street 3.0.
Okay.
With like how there's Rainey Street 1.0 is like the neighborhood.
Yep.
2.0 is what it was before. It was like hipster haven is what I like to call it. It was crazy. It was cool. You know, we had the Garage Mahal. Now 3.0 is coming back.
Garage Mahal.
Yeah, I'll explain that part later.
I can't wait.
Yeah. But yes, no, you know, Rainey 3.0 is something that is coming back, and I think it's going to be great. You know, there's a lot of, there's 2 new bars opening up right across the street from us. And then Tipsy Alchemist is planning on reopening. I don't know if they're rebranding or not, but that location is going to be another cocktail lounge again.
Okay.
As well as, what was it? Idle Hands, I believe. Mm-hmm. They just closed down.
Yeah, I
and
think they did.
They're just remodeling as well, and they're do something else. Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, you know, there's going to be, 4, maybe 5 new bars opening up in the next, like, year and a half.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah,
maybe 2 years.
So I feel like there's so many people that are like, man, nobody wants to go there anymore because they have condos now.
Oh, no.
Is that what it was?
Well, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, you started seeing a couple bars get mowed over so that you could build some condo buildings. But most of them are using, you know, that bottom floor space as like their mixed use space.
Right, yeah. There's going to be a lot of different, like, I heard there's sushi restaurants. I heard, like, an ABBA 2.0 is going to be down there.
Yeah,
so,
that would bring some people over there for an ABBA.
Right. I heard that Rainey Street is, I guess, is going to be one of the most densely populated areas in the United States. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that with all the high-rises there, yeah.
Crazy fact.
What are your thoughts on finding parking on Rainey Street?
Man, that is... That is one of the biggest problems on Rainey Street right now. We used to have the Mexican American Cultural Center, the MAC, that had public parking. It was almost enough parking.
Yep.
You know, downtown had bad parking, but that was like the big draw to Rainey Street was there was plenty of public parking. Now that's like one of the hardest places in Austin to actually park on now and enjoy it. I mean, honestly, there are still some decent like public parking, but it's a little bit further down by the lake, and it is still a little bit of a hike. Yeah.
So Uber there.
Uber parking garages. Yeah.
I've always found it pretty easy to park at like the end of the street, you know, right past what condo is that? Like
for $32, yeah.
44 East.
Yeah.
But no, it's just street parking.
Yeah, there is plenty of street parking, but it does get taken up pretty quickly.
Parking.
As construction winds down, I'm definitely thinking it's gonna like open up some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, I feel like I mostly go to Rainey Street for self-buy events. I think that's when it's popping off the most.
Yeah, this past year wasn't super awesome. I think they pulled a couple events, but I think they're planning on something big this next year. I'm not entirely sure.
Did y'all have self-buy events at your
We did not, no. So we actually opened like 2 days before South by Southwest. So
missed out.
We did not, yeah.
All right, next year. I'll arrange the music lineup. We'll have Realty House.
Yeah. So tell us about the Garage Mahal, man.
Yeah, so the Garage Mahal was an older bar on Rainey Street. It was one of the first few bars down there, and I believe it was like a Indian food and bar place.
All right.
And it was like I said, like hipster heaven. They had a bunch of like old like bikes and stuff as like their fence. It was a pretty cool place. I was a little bit too young to go in like when it was like in its prime, and I think I've only made it there like once or twice. Like,
but it's coming back.
No, it's not.
Oh, you just mentioned it.
No, it's not coming back. No.
Well, he was talking about the glory days.
Yeah, I was talking.
I thought this was like a parking garage that was colloquially named.
No. It's just an old school bar that was down in one of the many bars that were on Rainey that have like came and gone.
Oh, gotcha.
I wonder where they're at today.
Man, let's track down those.
Garage Mahal.
Find the 7-Eleven then.
My buddy, we always used to party in his garage, and that's what we would call it, the Garage Mahal, because, you know, when you're married and stuff, you gotta party outside. So that was the spot, and he even had a sign made and everything. So when you said that, I was like, there's an actual place called the Garage Mahal.
Yeah, there was. I don't know if they moved or not.
I was really jealous. There's a dodgeball team in my league named Dodge 'em a Ball. And I was like, damn, that was good.
That is a good one. What other, we always try to keep everything on the podcast mainly just about a little bit like, entrepreneurial and stuff like that in terms of what people are experiencing in their business and whatnot. So that was kind of why I brought up, some of the things that, you may have experienced as a new business owner. This is the first bar you've owned, right?
Yes, this is the first bar.
Right. So going into it, I think in any business, you've got maybe some preconceived notions about how things will go, and maybe there are things that you're worried about that don't end up happening, or maybe there's things you never thought about. Is there, what have you learned in the last, I guess it'd be like 7 months running a bar?
You can actually overstock on alcohol.
No way.
Yeah, I was very surprised with that. Like, we had a pretty big purchase for our first order, just to kind of like stock our inventory, keep our shelves full. You'd be surprised on
Didn't go
what's
through it all.
yeah.
Did you have to throw it away? I mean,
No,
it's still good.
it's gonna be there forever.
Yeah.
It's going to be there for. What are the people not drinking right now?
You'd be surprised. So like we have some like TX whiskey. Like we really are leaning into like some like local stuff.
Right.
But people like the Austin local stuff. So that's something that's cool.
Not local Texan, like
Right,
Austin,
yeah.
Austin.
Also,
Still Austin whiskey is a seller.
yeah, Still Austin is actually our like staple whiskey. Love Still Austin. Shout out Still Austin. They're
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
They're on our menu twice. I personally love their cast strength bourbon. It's nuts.
They just came out with their double rye, or is it double rye, or no? They're it's 3-year aged rye now or whatever. I just had it because I typically drink rye whiskey, but their original rye whiskey was like pretty mid.
Yeah, I mean the rye's on our.
Now that it's aged, it's good. Check it out.
Okay, I will.
Just
I
needed
definitely
some
do.
time.
I have some cast
Yeah.
strength rye at the bar, and I'm very like pleasantly surprised by it. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
a big rye guy either.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
So
Go ahead.
No. You probably have a.
Well, being the
segue.
older guy in the room, I remember when I first started drinking, we were drinking like weird shit like Aftershock, and I can think of like the evolutions of like vodka was like really popular. Then it became like tequila. Then like even now I feel like it's whiskey, but before it was whiskey, it was like shots of Fireball.
Right.
What seems to be like the new thing?
Yeah, what are people shooting these days?
What are people shooting, and what liquor seems to be like your is vodka still killing it, or is it tequila? Like
Tequila is like definitely like our like go-to for everything. Like I feel like everyone loves the good tequila shot, solid tequila shot. A lot of people like. I honestly don't know what's in them. White teas and orange teas.
Yeah, white
Yep.
tea got vodka, sour mix, triple sec.
Yeah,
I think.
I believe you're right. Yeah, if you're not into like vodka, then there's the orange tea, which is just the JMO.
Well, I know it's in a green tea.
So that's.
So
it
that's
should be
like
the same thing, but make it
Jameson.
whiskey.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
It's
that's right.
Jameson and like triple sec and
sour mix.
some kind of sour or lemon.
The classic shooters there like that, tequila. But people have been leaning more towards like you said, like whiskey old fashions. That's really what people are like kind of going to. Like our old fashioned, we have a smoked old fashioned that like kicks butt. It's just traditional old fashioned. We just have a little smoker on it, and people
Nice.
love it. Yeah,
What kind of smoke are we talking about?
it's just a little like thing you sit on top of the glass and hit it with a blowtorch.
Oh,
We have
Yeah.
one of
Oh,
those
yeah.
here
we do.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's
do.
pretty cool. We call it the.
Why am I not drinking the smoked milk tea?
because we don't drink on Market on the Rocks anymore. I wanted to say that when we started. I'm like, here we are with the bartender on the podcast that's supposed to be.
I'm pretty
geared
sure he was
towards
the one that
drinking.
mentioned let's do it during the daytime. So
I feel like we haven't drank on a Market on the Rocks in probably 5 episodes.
well, Mister, I don't drink Monday through Thursday.
That's my fault.
But
Don't know what to tell you there.
Yeah.
Another thing that was a real big surprise, kind of a surprise, was all the sales reps. There are a lot of sales reps. A lot of people want to sell you something.
Oh,
They
yeah.
want you to sell their product. That was honestly
You
super
should be a
surprising,
realtor.
right?
Should see how many people are trying to sell me shit.
Yeah.
It was just a big surprise to me. Honestly, I thought it was kind of like just where we buy our liquor. They're like, hey, yeah, whatever you want is what you get. But that was kind of like a big surprise. That whole like world of people wanting you to buy stuff. That was like a big culture shock to like as me as like a new business owner.
Do you find that you're more willing to purchase certain like alcohols that you wouldn't consider because you like the sales rep more?
Yeah, possibly like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe I'd say like for me, it's like a good sales rep. Someone's just like honest, and
Okay.
most people that I've dealt with have been pretty honest and straightforward.
What's been selling really, really well that's new, that's been pitched to you by a sales rep that you were like really happy that you've started to push?
Oh man, that Empress gin.
Empress
Oh.
Gin.
It's that purple gin that when
Yeah.
you put lemon juice, it turns pink.
Okay.
It actually made its way onto our menu. It's pretty cool. Yeah, with our like space theme stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a cool little like show.
It kind of just blew my mind because yesterday I went to a happy hour for Champion Title. Shout out to Champion Title. And they all ordered this mixed drink and it was pink. And everyone was like, what is in this that makes it pink? And no one knew. And I'll bet it was
Meth.
Yeah, no.
Well, no, it's the
It was
gin
that
that you
first
said
gin.
when,
Yeah, it's
when,
like a
it's,
purple
when it hits
gin and
citrus.
you hit with citrus. Yeah.
I bet that's what it was.
Wow.
Because everyone, and I think they ended on the possibility that it was like maybe they put some hibiscus in it or something, but like no one could figure it out.
Right.
I'll bet it was that. So it's a purple gin that turns pink when you add lemon to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's sold well.
That's been selling well. Yeah, that's pretty.
People
cool,
like
yeah.
it. What else is new, liquor wise or even beer wise, that you're like, okay, never heard of that, and it's doing well.
You know, McConaughey's is like a local beer that
That's right.
You know,
Hey.
Yeah, I wasn't ever into like IPAs or anything like that, and you know, we obviously want some for Rainey Street to kind of offer that variety. We don't have a keg tap, unfortunately, but you know, Bangers has that taken care of.
That's true.
But yeah, McConaughey's is something that was like very surprising that like it's like new to me that I didn't realize was even like a thing. I've seen plenty of like different like IPAs and stuff like that, but.
Do you get the sense that most of your customers are local or from out of state? Because, you got Dirty right there where it's mostly tourist, but then you got East on the other side where it's a lot more local. Rainey is something you hear about when you live in another state.
You know, a lot of tourists, a lot of bachelorette parties, a lot of bachelor parties, they kind of start their weekend and their days with us. And then a lot of people end their weeks and weekends and stuff with us. They, they'll like leave their luggage with us. It's something we allow people to do.
That's
put
cool.
it aside, and then they'll most of the time just hang out at our bar all night or all day before their flights and stuff like that. And then people
smart.
coming in from the airport will stop on Rainey Street and hang out.
Mm.
There was a really good hot spot right before the food trucks went away. There's a bar opening up where all the food truck park was.
Oh, I was wondering about that. The food trucks that were in the center of the street where they had like the banana food truck, or are we talking about like the ones that are between, was that Lucille's
And it was half step.
Step.
Yeah, it was half step and stay put. They were in between them, and
so there got mowed out.
yeah, they got moved. Yeah, so they're opening a bar right there. It's new. It's under construction now. I have no idea what it is.
Interesting.
But yeah, so that's one of the new bars opening up. Our kitchen's planning on being opened up in September. So that was one thing people loved was like the food variety on Rainey. It's kind of lower now.
There's none.
Yeah, now you kind of have less of variety, but we're opening up a place. There's multiple restaurants that are opening up with the high rises. So it's a weird we're in like a weird little transition here.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I think we're about to get the rebirth of Rainey Street because I felt like it was so hot in 2018 to 2020.
Right.
And then everyone just started moving away when all the construction started.
Right. Yeah.
But that's exciting to hear a new bar wants to put themselves there.
Right. Yeah. No. Exactly. So there's going to be plenty of new stuff. Like I think Q1 2026 is going to be something big, and then when the other two bars, I don't know their time frame, but
We'd love to see the return of Container.
that would be cool. Yeah.
Did you have kind of like a clientele in mind when you opened up, and have you been able to accomplish that, or has the clientele been a little different than you thought? I feel like sometimes bars don't get to choose who their people are.
Your
No.
clients choose you.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Your clients definitely choose you. I did not. When we opened, I always told my dad to kind of keep an open mind because my experience comes from like 6th Street, and then I also got some experience in a country club, and it's kind of crazy. You'll never know who's going to walk in that door, and as long as you're hospitable, it's going to be good. Like, I can't say like we have a clientele. If I were to say like we have a certain kind, I'd say like tourist would be our like biggest clientele.
Gotcha.
And then like what comes with that is everybody, right?
Yeah.
Like people from all kinds of walks of life come on our tours, so it's pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
I would say like tourists would be our like clientele, and that entails like everybody.
Right. That makes sense. I mean, you don't have like people coming to your bar like for after church.
Definitely not.
You know what I mean? Like,
I
I can
guess.
think
No, definitely not.
Just wait
no.
till he hires PDA.
No, there's
There you
definitely
go.
people that come instead of church.
Yes,
on
I
Sundays.
can see that.
But yeah, no.
Are you guys planning on doing anything like sports related? As far as like if somebody wants to see a game or watch an event or anything along those lines, is that an option at the bar?
Yeah, so we have some big TVs. We're working on like getting a big outdoor like screen for some pretty cool sports. One of our initial
UT games?
Yes, of course. Yeah, big UT games would be awesome to have on the screen.
Right.
One of our like thoughts that we wanted to have was the front and backyard kind of feels like we wanted to lean more into the sports bar aspect. the design process kind of got away from that a little bit. But, you know, as we have obviously control over our business, we are leaning back into that like sports bar, like outdoor feel where you kind of go inside and it's that like out of this world. Like, you know, at the end of the day, like the theme is there and it's really cool to see and appreciate. But we want to give the vibe of like a house party, you know, like to these people who are living in these high rises, and that's kind of what they've been appreciating too. Our neighbors, they come down and it's like they have their own yard, their own like kind of like house party to hang out in. You know, we have like the big TVs you can watch.
I sat out front for a while and I really enjoyed that because kind of like your grandma, I just kind of watched all the fuckery going on while I had a cocktail in the front
And then
yard,
you didn't remember it 20 minutes later.
And I was like, this is kind of cool, you know? It's all like nice turf, and I was sitting in like, you know, like a front yard chair and just chilling.
We just got fans put in the front yard too, so it was real nice. My
Nice.
dad and my godfather actually went and did that. Yeah, it was really good of them.
I know what y'all need to do. Forget sports. So there's a couple bars, like I know the Dainty Dillo does it, where they're doing like a viewing party for like Love Island or The Bachelor or something like that. I think there needs to be a bar that does like I don't know, I'm like throwing out an example here. Let's say like the new season of You comes out and it's like, this is going to be 8 hours of viewing time.
Oh,
Like
wow.
come do a
You're gonna
lock-in.
binge watch it?
Yeah. So like come start at 5 p.m. and then we're going to cater the whole, like the whole menu is going to have like this special dedicated theme to the show. And like come stay for 8 hours until like you just plan it so 2 a.m. when the bar closes, that's when you finish the show. I think it'd be really cool. I don't know if you need licensing for something like that on, you know, YouTube
I'm
or
not
something.
sure.
But
I don't think so, but
I
think
know
about it
cable
this way.
TV
If
you
you
don't.
don't show up on time, you're fucked.
you watch it on your own.
Yeah, but then it's like I can't come in at like, you know, what if then I'm gonna not see the first episode.
But remember, we don't need everyone to show up at any time. We just need a good solid group to just
Yeah, but then I might
drink
not
through
show
the
because
whole
I don't
menu.
want to get a spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right?
Well, let's try it once. Let's see how it goes.
Right? Yeah, we'll show some shows on there, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, there's some other bars on the street that show Love Island and stuff, so we'll definitely like don't want to like.
I feel like that's
try to
what we
pull
really
away.
need. Yeah, we need the reality shows.
Love Island
Survivor.
is a thing now. I
Do Survivor
Right.
themed
hearing
cocktails.
about this show.
Yeah, I can't get away from it. I've never seen it before, but I can't stop hearing about it.
Same, and it just makes me terrified to watch it because then I'm afraid, what if I like it, and then I have to watch this show that.
And then
sounds
you have to start
absolutely
recommending it.
ridiculous. Yeah, exactly.
That's how I feel about most drugs. What if I like it?
Man.
I get that.
So, I mean, most people would say owning a bar is a pretty risky financial business. I mean, but your location is paid off, I'm assuming. So that takes care of probably the biggest expense of a bar. And then there's probably some type of insurance since you're selling liquor and you have potential people fighting and stuff. But outside of that, are y'all profitable?
Yeah, the bar's definitely paying for itself, which is good, you know, and it's helping us stay afloat. The good thing about it, the good thing about it for like people, if they're curious, is you know TBC like liquor taxes are all like public knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you just like Google it and see how much like we've reported sales and alcohol.
Oh, interesting.
I don't have the number on the top of my head,
Huh.
but yeah, like we're doing pretty well for ourselves. I'm pretty happy. Like the business is staying afloat. It is definitely a risky endeavor anywhere, but you know, like with real estate, I'm sure y'all know it's like location.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is just a way to hold on to the house for longer.
How
Right.
hard is the county dinging you on taxes?
You know, they're
Brutal.
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 Yeah, the commercial taxes are
Yeah.
definitely brutal, and there's no way of getting like a homestead or anything like
Right.
that. I'm not sleeping in the basement. My dad's not sleeping in the basement. You know,
Nobody's
So-
buried out
Might
back.
be worth it.
right? Yeah.
Is it considered though 100% commercial now? Have they like converted it to that?
I believe, yeah. So the district, central business district.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's been commercial taxes for the past
Gotcha.
10 years, 12 years.
What's your favorite part as far as the operations day to day? Are you like bartending, mixing drinks? Are you running? The
Obviously
books?
not.
Are
He
you-
doesn't know it's in a white t-shirt.
Yeah, it's true. No,
True. Good point.
Yeah, it wasn't a great when I was a bartender at a country club, and it was a little mixology there, but not like shooters or anything. But no, my favorite thing, honestly, has to be I'm like a glorified like turn it off and turn it back on guy. Like something's not working, I'll come
okay.
in and unplug it and plug it back in, and it works. And they're
You're like
"Dude,
the
thanks, boss."
handyman.
Yeah.
So you're the IT guy.
No, yeah, but also, you know, it's not not just that, it's good to feel like needed. That's probably my favorite part about the job is like feeling needed.
I like that. That's a good answer.
Starts at 1 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Yeah, very true, right?
What are y'all's hours? Are y'all open during the daytime?
So Wednesday through Sunday right now. Once we get the kitchen, we'll be 7 days a week, or at least we'll shoot. That's what we're shooting for. But Wednesday, Thursday, we open up at 6, and we close at 2 a.m. is the goal. And then
See,
Friday,
now
Saturday,
you could do
Sunday.
the show night on a Tuesday when they're normally closed. I would go for that because then you're not losing money.
well,
right?
no, he's got to bring in all his staff and stuff.
That's true if no one shows up.
I mean, I'm not the one pouring beer for my viewers.
when you're
of
watching Love
Survivor or whatever we're going to be watching.
So you're saying right now it's not 7 days a week, but it will be once you get the kitchen?
Yeah, that's the goal. Once we have our kitchen open, we're shooting for like bar food, hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken sandwiches, something, kind of keep it.
Smash burgers.
Maybe,
That's what the
there's-
people want.
Yeah, they did, what was it? NDCA Burgers isn't there
Yeah.
right now. They might be coming back. I'm not sure. I can't speak on that. I have
Oh,
no
they
idea.
were at Unbar?
Idle Hands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since they're doing a remodel there, there is a smash patty. I don't know the name of the truck, but it's at Stay Put right now.
Oh,
They
okay.
are awesome burgers.
My buddy in Cleveland just opened a hot dog stand
They
called
Smash Dogs?
called Wonder Weenie. You'll get the pleasure of stopping at Wonder Weenie
Just
because
make a
we're going to check
location
it
on
out.
4th Street.
But they're all like gourmet hot dogs with like crazy toppings. They do like a lobster roll dog and
Oh, I
everything
can't
like that. So shout out to
that
Wonder
sounds
Weenie.
awesome.
I
Because
haven't
when I
had 'em
think
yet,
of
but
Cleveland, I think of a lobster.
yeah.
Fresh out of Lake Erie.
There you go. Well, we're gonna definitely make sure we buy every dog on that menu.
Well, do a whole review.
But the point I'm trying to make is I'm wondering if maybe you're onto something that like, gourmet dogs are coming back or something. I don't know. He works at the restaurant that's like backing him is considered to be somewhat of a fine dining restaurant, believe it or not. So when they close, where this restaurant is kind of like it's not as big as Rainey, but it's Rainey Street-esque. And he runs the gourmet hot dog stand from I think it's from 10 p.m. until 2 in the morning.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Chase is going to be going to Cleveland, Ohio with me, which he is extremely
Taking
excited
my
about.
pilgrimage. I can't wait.
Yeah, he's going to have a great time. I think you're going to be surprised that there's actually things to do in Cleveland.
Yeah, I had to convince my mom to delay her breast cancer surgery so I could go on this trip. So
There's some truth to that.
there's a lot. No, there's no convincing. It just happened to, thankfully, happen later. But yeah, I can't wait. Cleveland's going to be a blast.
That'd be
So
cool.
you're thinking about doing a kitchen. You're going to do dogs. You're going to do potentially burgers, you said, or you're just hoping for smash burgers?
Well, yeah, the business, yeah, the kitchen operations and our partners, yeah, we'll be doing that, yeah. So hopefully, some smash burgers. I personally don't love smash burgers. I mean, they're
I
great.
think they're all right.
Oh, see, we just had this argument with ATX Julesy on our last pod because I think smash burgers are the most overhyped thing out there right now.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all ever had Hills Cafe before. It's an old place in Austin. Doesn't exist anymore. They have great burgers. Like a good thick patty.
Yeah.
That was something we like. With a good sweet sourdough bun.
Yep.
So maybe we'll bring maybe not a whole big burger, but that thicker patty on a slider, possibly. The menu is still just in R&D right now.
So are you hiring a chef and having them design the menu, or who's
No, so-
designing the menu?
We're just going into business with a kind of silent partner at the time right now.
Okay,
and
so
it-
there's a
yes.
restaurant that'll be operating out of there.
No, so it's ours. Well, it'll be part of the bar.
Okay.
So we're just going into business with somebody right now, and we'll be opening the kitchen. They currently operate a food truck.
Okay.
As well,
Yeah. So they'll
gotcha.
rent out the kitchen space. They'll
Yeah.
do their own
Oh,
thing.
hell yeah.
That's common.
Yeah, but it'll be on theme with the bar, so it'll be bar food and stuff like that. Yeah,
With a little cosmic twist.
possibly.
I should do some cosmic brownies. Okay, I got a real question. So,
We have popcorn.
oh,
If you ask nicely.
cosmic popcorn?
No, it's just if you ask nicely, we might pop you some popcorn.
There you go.
There's this movie theater in Seattle that does these this cocoa powder popcorn. It's so good. Anyway, why don't more bars serve THC seltzers?
You have to actually have a permit for that. So I had a few sales reps come to me asking about if I wanted to carry their product, and I looked into it. I want to say it was $300 for like a THC permit, but you open yourself up to like basically like can be randomly like have your books gone through, like not investigated,
Yeah.
but like audited.
Audited.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah,
I already
it's
have
probably
one
not
government
worth it.
agency that can check my books no
Interesting.
matter what, so, So we deal with the TABC, and this is a completely different agency, and I'm good. We don't need that
Interesting.
in our.
Is there a difference in licensing between a THC drink and then just getting involved in all of the Delta 9 and all the shit? So it's all the same thing?
Yeah. From my understanding, it was just like all the same, like $300 permit.
That's crazy.
Like allows you to like buy and sell. Yeah.
Well, there goes my other idea of the really cosmic brownies.
Right. I kind of thought that's where you were going when you mentioned cosmic brownies and then asked about THC drinks in like the same breath.
One day, maybe, if it's like completely legal how it is in like Colorado, that's something that we might consider. But yeah.
I feel like it'll have to be federally legal
Right.
before Texas does anything.
Yeah, that's kind of where
Right.
my opinion's at as well. Yeah.
People forget that like the majority of the state is not like Austin
No. Yeah.
and they love Jesus.
Do you have your own unique cocktail menu that's specific to the bar, or is it just order whatever?
It is very, I wouldn't say very unique, but it is a unique to us. Yeah, we have our own like cocktail menu. It has like twists on classic cocktails as well as like some of our own like love letters. My wife and I spent a lot of time developing it, and then we had our staff get together and they helped us really improve it. Destiny, one of our bartenders, she really helped us with a couple of those cocktails, as well
love
as
that.
like a former bartender, Nico, helped us a lot with that.
And are you also noticing the growing trend of Gen Z not drinking alcohol? And do you feel like that's going to affect you?
So, how old are Gen Zs?
Barely can drink now.
Yeah, they're like 25 and under.
I see a lot of 21-year-olds coming in, actually, like surprisingly.
Are they drinking seltzers?
They're drinking beer and whiskey.
beer.
Yeah.
Good for them.
So the people who come out and drink, some like freshly
God.
graduated people, yeah, a lot of like very surprisingly, like they like their whiskey, There are definitely less people than like maybe, when we were young drinking, but there's definitely
Are
like
seltzers still like a big thing? Because I feel like 5 years
huge.
ago that was what it was all about.
it's high noons are still huge.
Yeah.
Happy Dad's massive. What's not a seltzer that's doing really well is Sun Cruiser. Shout out Sun Cruiser.
Yeah.
Love them to death. Yeah.
Those were big in Ohio like 5 years ago, and I never saw them down here. And they're
haven't
just
heard of
now coming out. They're like, it's actual vodka, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, like a high noon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kind of, but I don't know. They're supposed to be a little more high end or whatever.
Well, when
They're
we
nice.
get our boat in Ohio, we're getting some Sun Cruisers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're nuts.
And we'll definitely get some Sun Cruisers. And unlike Texas, you can get liquor like a Sun Cruiser at a gas station, which you can't do here.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest like complaints from people I've introduced it to. Is like, hey, I went to the gas station, can't find it. I'm like, yeah, you got to go Specs. Like, you got to go to the liquor store. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Texas with their liquor laws.
See,
crazy. Yeah,
the
very crazy.
The reason I bring up like the young people not drinking is I noticed that, a couple years ago it was like every single non-alcohol brand is like, how can we get on the alcohol trend? Like here we have like Sunny D seltzer for no reason at all, and like Capri Sun seltzer, and now it's like, all right, look at all these alcohol brands. Like now we have like Corona making the 0% beer, and we have White Claw making the 0% White Claw. Like at that point, when you just drink a LaCroix. But
Yes.
Yeah,
you just want to feel like you're holding alcohol in your hand.
yeah, that's something that like a lot of liquor companies and beer companies have been like, not I don't want to say pushing, but trying to sell to us has been like their
The
non-alcoholic,
NA
like
stuff.
their mocktail brand, because it's like, yeah, you can just make like a fruity cocktail, but sometimes people want that like pizzazz, like that nastiness, and I was like, like that's like
That's how they're selling it to you?
No, but that's essentially like how it comes down to, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, maybe, and we tried some stuff like that. We do have like an espresso martini, like
That's
that's
has no
not
alcohol
that has
in
no
it.
alcohol in it, and it uses some kind of like coffee liqueur and stuff like that. That kind of gives it a little bit of like a bitter-ish taste. I don't know. I don't love it. It's good though. Like people have been like, oh, this is the best.
I have a
shaken
buddy
coffee.
down here that's an alcoholic that doesn't drink, and he has all these like mocktails, and he like brags about them, and he like makes me try them. Like, try this one. Doesn't this taste just like a real, like what did I try? Margarita. And I'm like,
God, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But in the back of my mind, I think, you know, it tastes like a real margarita.
I went to a friend's 4 years of sobriety party, and I was like, you know, what would really get this party going?
Yes.
Some alcohol.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. What do you guys serve as far as like your soda water? Is it Richards? Is it Rambler? Or is it Topo?
It's straight out of the gun.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we have some of the HEB soda water.
Was that 18 something?
No, it's just like the HEB brand,
Okay.
like plain HEB based soda water. In my opinion, I do love sparkling water.
Yes, I do. And I'm always interested when I ask for like a Topo Chico and they're like, nope, we've got Richards or nope.
Richards rainwater.
And the reality is like,
There's liquid death.
well,
No.
one of the ones I just listed, like I just can't drink. The rest of them are all good to me and I love Topo the most. But anytime I hear the one, I'm like, bummer. So I was
Shout
just
them out.
curious.
Which one is it?
Richards Rainwater.
Really? No.
I don't like it.
We have Topo.
Is that
at
one
the
even
bar.
sparkling?
It is. It is. It comes in a bottle. And
Oh, that's
I
right.
just I don't like it.
No, I like I like Topo
That's
as
my
well.
favorite.
But I like no sodium or like no sodium, no like minerals in
Okay.
all of it all the time. And so like the HEB base just literally just soda water
Yeah.
is my favorite. And we
That's what
stock
we
some
make
at
here.
the bar. And I love it. Really. That's
Yeah, you'll have to try it after the podcast.
I should
I'll
have
hook
put
you
that
up.
in the cup. I just don't
Yeah.
even remember pouring you water. I think I gave it.
I just tapped it today, or no,
Perfect.
late yesterday.
Now I'm excited.
Yeah, it's a hit around here. It goes quick. I'm shocked.
But yeah, the menu's developing and changing a little bit.
Okay.
Just mainly some liquors. You know, we're changing out some tequilas and, you know, kind of shortening the mocktail menu into like just kind of more fruity homemade drinks versus like little pre-made canned stuff.
Do y'all have a frozen thing going?
We don't. No,
Ooh.
not yet. Yeah, it's, you know,
telling you, still Austin's frozen old fashioned. I feel like I come on the show every time and talk about it. I feel like that would be
Really?
a hit over.
I'll
every
have to
place.
talk to them.
Yeah,
They'll probably even give you the machine if you're selling their stuff exclusively.
I agree.
You know, it's weird. They can't do that.
They can't give you the
No,
machine.
there was a time period that like liquor companies could.
Yeah, remember
but-
when like Jaeger was doing that?
Yeah, but they,
Another one that came and went. Remember, that's what I mean. Like, there's always
The
something.
Jaeger bombs?
Well,
The
there's
Jaeger-
Rumplemints. Do y'all know about
Yeah.
Rumplemints?
Oh, yeah.
No,
Of
they're
course.
Actually, I feel like I had one last week. Where was
buy,
I?
like,
You can
cases
get
of
drunk and
Rumplemints.
brush your teeth at the same time.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I used to
love
drink
it.
a lot of Rumplemints when I was in my early 20s. I always used to say, let's put the lights out. Here
That's
we
a
go.
Christmas drink.
Brush your teeth.
Yeah, right? That's
Yeah, brush your
it's
teeth and
not
go
cold
night-night.
outside.
That's disgusting.
Gosh, I might do one of those this weekend. Just thinking
Hey,
about it,
we have it.
getting going. So you go through a lot of that?
Yeah, actually.
See, those are the answers. Those are the things I want to know. So Rumplemints is hitting hard right
Yeah,
now.
Rumplemints is good.
Okay.
You know, like I said, one of the first things I said was, you know, we're having a lot of
Bachelorette
love
parties.
from like our neighbors and then industry, and you know, that's an industry go-to drink is a Rumplemints.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Does anyone do Fernet down here?
Man,
That was like a go-to industry drink up
that's
where I'm
nasty,
from.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some here. I know what you're talking about. It rings a bell when
It's
when
like
we
a
first
herbal
opened.
liqueur.
Yep.
It's Italian.
when we first opened. Bungalow has some.
Yeah.
And it was disgusting.
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah,
you ever
it's
had
definitely-
those Ricola candies?
No, but I remember the commercial.
Yeah.
Ricola.
Well, that's kind of what you're getting
Yeah.
into when you drink Fernet.
It's not the end of the world, but you're like, here, try this, and you're like, ooh,
You're like, why?
why'd you do that to me? Like, you should have told me, like, hey, heads up, this is gonna punch you in the face.
So Rumplemints.
Yeah, then you can start making the purple margarita from Baby A's. Bring that back.
That's some Everclear, yeah.
Does anybody drink Jaeger anymore?
You know, we have it and it sells, but I haven't seen anybody order it.
Okay.
But someone did. It's
Yeah,
old.
people do.
So tequila's the heavy hitter. Whiskey's the heavy hitter.
Oh yeah, whiskey, tequila.
Any other schnapps or
Y'all
anything?
doing Jello shots?
We do Jello shots, yes. So,
See, look at this.
I got a Rainey Street story. So
Give it to us.
I actually celebrated New Year's Eve. I want to say this is like 2020. I'm going 2022 going into 23. I celebrated it at none other than Unbelievable.
Nice.
And me and the three friends I was with, we walk across the street to Salvation Pizza at like like, I don't know, 1:30 a.m.
Right.
And we're sitting there eating the pizza, and I will never forget this moment. So they were like shutting down the kitchen. This man walks in just completely drunk, and he's like, "Whoa, what's your slice of the day?" And this lady just so nicely, she's like, "Oh, our kitchen's closed." And he's like, "Oh man." She's like, "We have Jello shots," and he's like, "What flavor?" And the fact that this man came in there for pizza and ended up settling on 3 cherry Jello shots blows my mind.
Hey man, good taste.
But anyway, if
there.
you don't have food, Jello shots might do it.
Yeah, we do have Jello shots. It's for like bachelorette parties and stuff. Some,
Okay. Are they in the
parties.
shape of dicks?
No, they're just
Okay.
in
Not
shape
yet.
of cups. Yeah, that's a great idea.
That's on Tuesday when they become a gay bar.
Yeah, if you're doing enough bachelorette parties, then yeah, you got to get dick-shaped things, right?
Very true, very true. Yeah, and we're getting hopefully our claw machine comes in before too long. We'll have some dildos and stuff in that. Yeah.
Look at that.
I actually won one from the machine. What was it? Was it a claw machine? No, I think it was like one of those light thing. You like stop it. Mm-hmm. And I won one from the one at Lucky Duck.
Huh.
And then I was pissed off because it wouldn't dispense, and there was this girl that I was with her, and she's like, "I really want it," and I was like, "I'm not surprised," and so like we go in and ask the bartender, we're like, "It didn't dispense my dildo," and they're like, "We'll give you a free drink." I don't know what to tell you.
How big?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like it was like
It's a decent size. Did it vibrate?
I don't know. We got the free drink instead. It was
There wasn't anything selling what the prize was, being like, hey,
No, I think it's
All
like
right.
I don't know. Which ones are you gonna buy?
Or just a claw machine, whichever ones that comes stocked. I don't think I'm gonna ask
Whichever
them to stock it.
there we go. The good ones.
Right.
Yeah, I think the bachelorette parties will really like that.
So as we continue, you keep telling us more and more cool things about the bar. What else are we missing? So we got food coming, we got dildo machines coming, we got Jello shots. Like what else do we need to know? Maybe there's
We're
going to
getting
be
Love Island.
Maybe there's going to be a slide. We don't know. Ball pit. Maybe.
Right.
Ball pit's gonna get nasty.
What else do we have that we don't
Cowboy
know about?
pool, cold plunge.
Right, cold plunges would have been really cool. Yeah, that's something that we're trying to collaborate.
I should
with,
do those
hopefully.
morning coffee raves.
Hey, we have the space, and we were definitely open to collaborate with that. It's something organizing. That's not something that we might be able to do ourselves, but
I know one of the guys that does the organization of it. He was on this podcast.
very cool.
Trevor Lovelace. If you're
God,
out
we
there,
never stop hearing about Trevor Lovelace.
Trevor Lovelace. He helps. He DJs at these things, and I'm fairly confident he's
and
one
the
of the
number one
organizers.
listing agent in all of Austin.
That's true. He's a big deal.
Very cool. Have to meet the gentleman. Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely make that happen. Anything else we didn't mention about the bar though before we move on?
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so we're fixing the backstage a little bit.
Okay.
We're gonna set that up a little bit to make it more comfortable for people to hang out at, and then also more comfortable for bands to come to it.
Yeah.
Like we said, we just dipped our toes into live music this past week, and it did pretty well, and we're gonna continue.
Who'd y'all have?
Ooh.
What-
I have his name
what
on
kind
my
of
phone.
music did
he
they
was a
play?
solo artist, and
Okay.
he played a little bit of everything and
Right
some
on.
of his own music. He was very entertaining.
I like that.
We'll come do our Eagles covers.
Hey,
Yeah.
of course.
There we
got
go.
The front yard, the backyard, choose.
I'll do it
But
on Tuesdays, so
in-
nobody's there.
In the future, obviously, this is like year one. Like Batman year one. We're still just trying to figure things out, get our feet out from under us, and kind of feel what Rainey Street wants, and what we can offer to Austin. This is my family's love letter to Austin. So as we grow with the street, there'll be more coming. Something that we really want to do, and something I personally want to do, is have like some kind of like drag queen brunch.
Okay.
Ooh,
When,
yeah.
like when we
That
have
brings in
our
the people.
kitchen, do some breakfast, do some mimosas, some table service, stuff like that. We set up the area for like table service and stuff. Like obviously we haven't been like comping a lot of bottles. We probably should, but maybe we will, maybe we won't. But we want to fill up our sections with people, and I think it's that's kind of like the goal. Is like it's like have like a big party, big inclusive party for everyone to come in and like actually like enjoy some breakfast food, some mimosas, some Bloody Marys and stuff like that. Bring back that like Sunday fun day.
Yeah, I agree.
Very
Drag
cool.
brunch puts you on the map. Also, I feel like doing karaoke outside in the front yard on the big screen.
You know, yeah,
Like
I
that
said, the big
makes sense.
screens in the workings. You know, karaoke is something that we might consider. It's an extra permit.
Oh.
No way.
That's another shock. Yeah, man,
That's
these music
fucking
license.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Why? What's the why behind that?
Song licensing. I guess.
Is that what it is?
So
The
I thought it was
conglomerate
just
known as
because you're going to
Sunfly.
have people screaming on the mic.
no, it's not,
That needs a
well, it's not a
permit,
city
right? For what I'm
permit.
going to do.
It's like a music license. So
Okay,
like it adds
okay.
on to your license. You know, like the live music adds on to our license, and you know, so karaoke is something that we'll like definitely consider. But like that was a big shock where we opened and we got like letters from a few companies being like, "Hey, we're pretty sure you're playing our music, so you need to pay us for your license based
No
off of
way.
your capacity." Yeah, and I was like, "What about our business?" And it's like, "No, it's based off your capacity." So,
Wow.
yeah, so like. It's one of those, you know, I did a deep dive into it, you know, we obviously paid it. We want to keep our licensing and do everything on the up and up. But, you know, you'll read some like story about this like bar from some small town that's been like, I've never bought my license in 30 years. You know?
Yeah.
And it just depends. And, you know, being in Austin on Rainey Street, they'll send somebody with a laptop to come sit in our front yard and write down every song that we play that's on their catalog.
No way.
Yeah, so we went
That's
forward
crazy.
to do the right thing. That was a big shock, though. That's something that took me a second to think about.
What's the number in terms of capacity that like matters?
I think it's any number. Yeah.
Is that why you go into like a grocery store and they're playing radio
Yep.
instead? Because you don't need a license to play radio.
Certain places don't need licenses to play radio. So like a grocery store doesn't. But if they had like a DJ or someone playing music, technically they would probably, I'm pretty sure they'd need one, yeah. But like I was reading and it's like some places are exempt, like some like retail stores are exempt, right? Like grocery stores, retail stores would be exempt because you're not making money off of it. But like restaurants and stuff like that do technically have to. It's like the Red Lobster probably has like a blanket account, right?
Yeah.
But like, you know, like
So what do you just pay monthly or annually?
Annually,
or
yeah.
Annually.
I wonder if that's why Texas Roadhouse has the same playlist every time you go in.
probably, yeah.
All I can think of now is going to Tina's in Cleveland and listening to Let the Bodies Hit the Floor.
I can't wait.
That's an inside joke. It's already been said on the podcast.
Yeah, it has.
We'll move on.
Probably a couple times.
That's all right.
Wow. That gives me so many ideas. What other party games are we doing at the bar?
Oh, we don't have like cornhole. We have plenty of cornhole.
Y'all doing
we're gonna
any
get some more
leagues yet?
hooks. No, that would be a great idea. Wow.
What is it?
To get like a little social cornhole league? I'm not sure how many cornhole games you can fit out there, but
Oh, we can probably.
I
fit a
would
few.
think with the condos you could do pretty good with that because then people are close and then they
Yeah,
can
no,
just
that's
come
actually a
down and
great
everything.
idea. I'd have to get some better quality cornholes.
so if you
but-
did a league on like a Monday night when no other social leagues are going,
Yeah,
cornhole
I could see
on
that
an
doing
off
well.
night for y'all anyway.
Dude, that's
It's like
massive.
Little Woodrow's does it,
Do they?
or Little Woodrow. Yeah, I think it's the South one, South Park Meadows one.
I could see that South Park Meadows one. They have a huge space.
Yeah, love that space right next to my house.
So nice.
My go-to.
They're doing something right.
Have the food influencers and drinking influencers caught on to your bar yet?
No,
Perfect. I'm gonna make a note.
no, and you know, kind of a good thing. You know, my opinion on that is let it be organic.
Okay.
Kind of force everyone to go back to their roots. You know.
Well, I feel like those people, one latches on to a restaurant and then they all go do their video at the same week, and that restaurant's packed for the first week, and then everyone kind of forgets about it after.
I don't know. Yeah, I could see that, right? Because there definitely been some like restaurants and bars that I've gone to after seeing a couple like of those episodes, and there's a line, and I haven't been back since, so I don't know how they're doing. Yeah,
We've had a few on here,
Yeah.
influencers.
But I guess it convinces everyone to try it the first time.
Right,
That's
and
the
that's
most important
good.
part.
there are some new bars out too. You know, like that pirate bar I saw.
There's a
I haven't
pirate
been-
bar.
Yeah, apparently there's.
Is it a
pirate
big
bar.
ship?
I don't know. I haven't been.
I wanna
Where
go-
is it?
I want to go
It's,
to a
it's in
pirate
East Austin,
bar.
I believe, somewhere. I don't want to say where exactly, but I believe it's east. And then there's like a Dungeons and Dragons bar that's just opened up.
No,
as well.
pirate bar does it for me though. I want to go to a pirate
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah, so there's some cool places opening up. You know, so like Space Bar, Pirate Bar. You know,
Yeah.
bunch of different stuff. But
I wonder if the pirate bar has wenches.
maybe,
I wonder if it's
maybe
shipwrecked
like-
pirate bar at the
like
Illinois
gruel or
no,
whatever.
it's at the
So like
Illinois.
rum and water.
Rum and water. Yeah. That is rum is like my least favorite alcohol. It's so funny that you
Most
mentioned that
people
because
say
I
that.
guess that is what a pirate would drink.
Right? No, yeah, the grill's
I'm
just
not fine
some
with
rum and
that.
water.
Do you find that people drink rum at all anymore?
You know, we have a rum drink and it does well.
Okay.
But it's Malibu, so I mean,
Yeah.
I love Malibu.
yeah, right.
It's
you
a
can't
shame
really
that I
go
love
wrong.
Malibu.
Can't go wrong with that.
It's
Why?
embarrassing.
Oh,
I mean, that's like the drink of like an 18-year-old
Oh,
girl.
yeah.
that's
I
true.
remember-
I mean, it's not my go-to, but if no one's looking, a Malibu and Diet Coke any day.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
Like, Malibu bottle service at Rooftop back in like 2016. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
we'll
are the
probably just
days.
go direct out the
Okay.
bottle.
Got to do that on your 80s night.
I agree. Oh yeah, are we doing theme nights there yet?
Not yet, but that's definitely like something that could be done. We're definitely like, open to a bunch of different new things. Like I said, year one, we're trying to just figure our groove out. But that's definitely something that would be really cool. Is like a theme night.
I think you need to do like a, what do they call the round tables where people just, not a brainstorming session, but
Brainstorming, yeah.
I'm gonna think of the marketing term for this.
Little think tank.
Think tank. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Nah,
Yeah, we definitely have some
come
stuff
up
in the
with it.
works though. We had to get our live music permit. That was kind of one thing holding us back. A lot of people did want to come in and do live music, and we're like, sorry, gotta.
How far away are y'all, do you think, from food?
The goal is the end of September.
Okay.
That's the goal.
Here's a question that I have for somebody in the bar scene. Do you have to, what does one have to do to be a Christmas theme bar during the Christmas theme bar?
Or Moe's Tavern during.
I know. I always drive
October.
past Moe's Tavern.
Do you just have to, are there rules for that? Or could you just say, hey, we're one of the Christmas theme bars this
I
year?
think you just become a Christmas themed bar.
Interesting.
Yeah. Halloween and Christmas are around the corner.
Yeah.
My dad, growing up, really tricked out the house every year, like the outside of the house for Halloween and Christmas.
And you got, the front yard space.
Yeah. So there's definitely, our general manager, Dorian, is a blessing. He has some great ideas as well. And, so there's definitely something to come up. Yeah, I haven't mentioned Dorian enough. He is a saint. He's our general manager, and he is...
Shout out to Dorian.
Yeah, huge shout out to Dorian. Yeah.
Where'd you find Dorian?
Dorian... This is like a good touching story. It's one of those stories that you hear about in movies, kind of. I think at least.
Yeah.
I was working at Rooftop, and this is my first job outside of being a lifeguard, and so kind of I don't say grown up job, but job.
Did you work at the Springs?
Barton Springs?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Okay.
No, Deep Eddy and Garrison,
Gotcha.
Maple Davis. Yeah, I love Maple Davis.
Right on.
Yeah,
Go on.
but no. So I got a job as a door guy on Rooftop. And Dorian was the head door guy, the more senior guy. And dude, everyone was such jerks, right? And I'm 18 years old. I have no idea. And Dorian was super friendly, showed me respect, as much as respect as the owner of the bar, right? Just real friendly, real just nice and cordial. And going up through that, I stayed as a door guy for many years, and Dorian became bar back bartender, bar manager, then GM of the aquarium, and he was the GM at the aquarium for a while, and I worked under him, and I just saw how he managed and did everything, and I was thoroughly impressed. And then one day this opportunity came up, and I was like, I know the first person I want to ask, and it's Dorian. So I asked him a little bit early, and he held out the whole year with us, waiting. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
great.
That's
Yeah,
cool,
so,
though.
yeah.
See, we
truly
need
a
more
blessing.
stories like that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just be honest. He's just an honest person, and that was one of the biggest things I could say is just truly just a good person.
Hell yeah. See, that's a success story that I want to hear about the business. What other ones can we hear about that has happened since you've kind of started all this? We met Dorian. He waited out to be GM. It's been working out great. He's got great ideas. He's fun to work with. I love that. Are there any other situations that have occurred while you've been doing all of this that's just really turned out to be a big success?
Yeah, you said head bartender was a saint. What's her story?
Oh yeah, Destiny, she's great. I wouldn't say head. You can say that if you want, but
She just got demoted on air.
no,
That's
no,
cool.
No. We have all our bartenders are the same position,
Oh,
and I want to thank all of my bartenders. Bob, Brian, Destiny. Dorian hops back behind the bar, and he does great. All of the bartenders are great. Like I was saying, Destiny had helped us with some cocktails as well as Brian and Bob, and Ethan Nico, who he helped. He actually became a general manager. I can't remember which bar, but he's a GM on West 6 now.
Okay.
And he helped us like open up as a bartender and stuff. So like we've had a lot of like I said, love from the industry.
Yeah.
I know some Nikos that work in bars. What's his last name?
Starts with a B. But no, yeah, they're
What's
just
the
been
last
all been,
name of
like,
the Nico
super
you
helpful.
know?
That's what I was gonna say. I don't
know. Building their like their clientele as their regulars as well. So like I'd say we're a tourist bar. We do have plenty of locals and stuff like that come in and like show love. But there's no like set demographic.
Got it.
Yeah, it's
Tourists.
It's crazy. Yeah, like if I were to say the majority of people are tourists, but like like everyone from all walks of life. My dad's friends will come in, my family will come in, my friends will come in, our bartenders' friends will come in. People, and I guess that's like just different age groups throughout the city.
I got to make it back there. I had to leave early because of my dog.
I need to go too.
Yeah. We should
definitely
make a
a fun
field
time.
trip out of it.
I agree.
It's definitely worth the trip, I think. It's definitely a fun time.
Maybe Sunday. Feeling a Sunday fun day.
Yeah. And Ina's out of town. So,
Oh,
Sunday or Saturday, we have live music on
sounds
Saturday. I
good.
believe,
Leave
so.
the dog at home. We're gonna party.
yeah, you
bring
let
the
me know.
dog. We're dog friendly.
Pony's old. She needs to stay at home. She'll blow out a hip or something.
No, I understand.
Instead, we're gonna blow out our hips on that slide
Let's
in
go.
that ball pit.
There you go, the ball pit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna test out your cornhole. I'm
We do
really,
have basketball.
really gonna basketball.
Yeah, we do have basketball machines. We have 2 basketball machines.
Oh,
And-
machines. Okay.
yeah.
I was like imagining a whole.
No,
court.
yeah, we have half a
Like
court. Yeah.
Been to this place
We play
before.
horse.
All these sweaty people. Damn. Do you ever see a world where y'all would do? So you know how Wanderlust was just like the Barbie themed bar for a couple months, and then
Oh,
now they're doing
yeah.
like Broadway. Do you ever see a time where you would rebrand your bar with another theme on top of it?
I mean, money talks. That's the reality of that. Like, if Wonder Bar did something with Barbie, I can't.
It wasn't
speak on
Wonder, it was Wanderlust.
them. Okay, I don't know if Barbie like paid them for that or what, but most
We're
of the
gonna have
time-
him on our show soon, so I'm
Very
gonna find
cool.
out.
I have no idea, but most of the time stuff like that, like it's a collaboration, and yeah, I mean, if it makes sense to us, we definitely would be open to something like that. I definitely don't want to like rebrand for a long time with our new like establishment, but yeah, no, we'd definitely be open up to like a buyout or like a week long like event or something like that. Yeah.
I feel like that'll be the South by event,
What's
Right, yeah, like South by will come in, they like they do
and you're gonna be the Midwest House bar, the
would be
Tulsa
cool.
bar, the Netflix bar.
something, because Netflix has done it. I want to say, was it Love Is Blind? Was at Lucille's for South by Southwest?
I think so, too.
Yeah, so like something like that, we're definitely open to. Yeah.
What is some advice that you would give to someone who thinks, I'm going to open a bar? That's my dream. I want to make this happen. And they've got no experience. They don't own a home on Rainey Street.
They haven't decided to take the easy route as a realtor yet.
What? Right. What is like one key piece of advice that you would give to someone who says, I'm going to open a bar?
Well, first off, you got to find the right place. Right? You gotta-
Location.
Yeah, like-
Location.
I mean, you can Google that, like, how do I open a bar in the first place? It's like, you got to find, like, location, right? You got to find somewhere where people will actually go to, and they won't kill themselves going home,
Well, you're on Rainey Street.
Well, right? Well, that's the thing. It's Ubers, right?
Gotcha.
And, so, like, location's huge. And then secondly, like, if you don't have any experience or know anything, you got to find someone that does. You got to find someone that you trust. And that is.
So you'd say at the very least, start working in the bar industry to make sure that actually owning a bar is what you're
Right.
ready for.
Oh, yeah. It's dirty. It's definitely dirty. I mean, I pulled turds out of the toilet
Mm.
with, gloves, but,
Sick.
it's disgusting. Yeah. People, throw cups
See,
in
those
there
are the
and-
stories we needed to hear.
What are the
What-
bathrooms like there? Do you have like a stall that has a door?
Yeah, we have stalls.
Or they're onesies?
No, there's one.
Good stalls.
I want to say, yeah, there's 2. They're like both bathrooms have like stalls. I want to say there's like 4 like toilets. Like, so there's like 2 in the girls, 2 in the boys. Maybe there's 3 in the girls, 2 in the boys, and then 2 urinals in the men's.
That's really nice.
Sorry, I don't like hang out in the bathroom.
Well, yeah, but
I was
the thing
in it.
is, well,
It's cleanly.
There's a review on it
there's-
on Instagram somewhere.
there's
and,
nothing
we
worse
got like 5 stars. So.
than
Nice.
having to poop, and the only option is like a onesie bathroom. Where you-
Oh no, our bathrooms are cool. We have like mini splints in there, so they keep cold, like it's climate controlled. And yeah, I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like it's a comfortable poop. To be honest with you, like no one's complained yet.
I was
so,
thinking I have been in those before, but it was many drinks deep.
right?
I took a shit at Flamingo Cantino, and
that?
on Dirty Sixth.
Your Empress Gin came out pink.
I had to fucking go, and it was a shitter in the middle of the room and a pisser on one side and the pisser on the other, and it's all just one room,
Awesome.
like the size of this. And guys were walking in like, "Whoa!" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool." I had to go, and I'd say 2/3 of them were like, "Yeah, we'll wait," and then like some guys were like,
I'll just piss.
"Party on, dude!" And they just take a piss. But,
Oh wait, but there's no door.
no, it's like a room like you walk in like this. The shitter's where the table is. There's a pisser here and a pisser there, and it's just wide open.
And you're just sitting there texting.
I'm just sitting there dropping a deuce.
The best bathroom in Austin has to be Peckerheads on Dirty Six.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell
Go
me
on.
more about
Why is that?
They just got to check it out. The best men's restroom.
Okay.
I mean, with a name like that.
Peckerheads on West 30 or
Or
30.
East, yeah, Dirty
is
Six.
it 36. All right.
36, Peckerheads.
We'll have to check out
Right next to
Peckerheads.
Trinity. Yeah.
We'll go there.
We'll go there after.
after the Rainy
After-
Streets
Yeah,
bar
Rainey
crawl.
Street, That's
Yeah.
ideal. Yeah.
We'll walk up there and see what it's all about.
So yeah.
See what kind of heads are pecking around.
Well, on that note,
Do you all have a glory?
No.
on that note, is there anything else that anyone wants to cover?
There was. I just made this note. It was right before the bathroom conversation.
Right
But I-
before the Flamingo Cantina
Oh,
conversation.
but I didn't make a note.
I know that my general manager had been talking about like it would be really cool to bring like Pecan Fest back to Austin because it used to be on 6th Street. They moved it to Round Rock. It'd be really cool maybe to put it on Rainey Street.
Yeah.
It's not Round Rock. It's Austin.
Right.
And you can keep it here. Keep it local.
And then
Or maybe do, like-
kind of block the street off.
Yeah,
and-
like Rainey Street, I feel like it's easy enough to actually block off. You don't
Yeah.
even have to block up the entire street. You can just block up like up to Clive's.
Right.
Or what would it take? This is next level thinking here. See, I'm not sure if you've been to Memphis. They do this Beale Street Music Festival where they
Yep.
block off the sides of the street, similar to how they used to do it like for Dirty Six, on the weekends. And then they have big stage on both sides, and you have artists performing. I mean, when one's not going, the other's
Right.
going. And having like a music festival on Rainey Street, it would stimulate the business of all the bars.
Right. That would be really cool, and that's something that we would definitely be open to. Something might be in the works, maybe not exactly like that, but like I've heard rumors of stuff like in the works of like a Rainey Street, maybe like block party, but we'll see what happens with that.
Well, I think there's one thing that we haven't touched on, and maybe it was intentional, or maybe it wasn't. But what about, doesn't Rainey Street have a killer?
That was my note. That was my note.
Dude, the Rainey Street Ripper.
Is that what
Yes.
he's called?
It's a DJ.
It's
Chase.
Chase Ridgway.
It's a DJ. No.
DJ.
No. My opinion is that people fall in that lake, and it is not a lake. It is a river. It is a very strong flowing river. And if you're hammered, you're going under.
Yeah.
It's very steep. There's no actual easy way to come up and down. Like I grew up here. Don't swim in the lake.
Yeah.
Like that was the biggest thing. Like I grew up going to parties at Zilker Park, picnics and everything, going down to the lake. No, like getting dragged back by my ear. Like you're not getting in there. Like you go in there, you die. Like that was literally what I was like told as a kid. So like people get drunk, you jump in, full clothes, you fall in. You can
With
fall in
cinder
pretty-
blocks tied to your feet?
Well, I didn't know about that.
Wasn't the first one like that?
I don't think so.
I'm making this up.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt that people get thrown in there.
Spread some
and stuff
gossip.
like that, but like, yeah, that's kind of my opinion on it. Now, a lot of people doing it, I don't know. I don't think there's a serial killer though. I'm sure maybe one or two of them might have been like thrown in there, but a lot of it seemed like maybe drunk people or people on like drugs like fell in, and just it's a lot harder to swim in that than people realize, and it's cold, very cold.
Yeah.
I think that should be your Halloween theme. The Rainey Street Slasher. The Rainey Street Ripper at Rainey House. And then you're showing like Scream, other slasher films on the TV.
That would be kind of cool. Yeah,
I was
like
gonna say, I don't know.
like
yeah. Okay.
yeah, like having like a slasher theme. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. But
And all the
like a
bartenders
Jeffrey
dress up
Dahmer
like
theme.
Slash from Guns N' Roses for no reason.
Yeah.
This is why I don't need to drink on this podcast.
I see what you mean though about the river thing, because up in Cleveland we have the Cuyahoga River and people fall in that all the time, and It's kind of the same thing. In fact, what a lot of people do, now that I think about it, is they think they can swim across it.
No chance.
And so you get these drunk people and like especially bros that think like, oh yeah, I can cross this, and they think they're gonna swim across. They get like a halfway through, they're fucking exhausted, and you start sucking water, and that's all it takes.
Yeah.
South Louisiana, if you go in the Mississippi River, you just die of infection immediately
Well, yeah, that too. It's not a very
from
clean
radioactive water.
Louisiana, yeah. Mississippi, something else. Well, after finishing up on the Rainey Street Killer, is there anything else that we need to know about the Rainey Street Bar?
No, I mean, it's just Rainey Street's coming back. It's
I think you're right.
Yeah.
What does the tax assessor think your bar is worth as far as the property value?
That's a great question. I don't know.
We could look that up.
Come to find out.
I'll bet a lot more than you would think.
I bet it's lower than I'd think, though.
Yeah, well, more than what you'd probably sell it
Yeah,
for. That's
right,
what you
that,
want.
yeah.
How
but-
many generations from now do you think your family will finally sell it? Like, when do you think there's going to be someone that's like, I'm not running a bar. I'm taking my $40 million and running.
Well, the thing about it is something my dad kind of always talked about. It's like, imagine it like a cornucopia. And like, if we don't run a bar, you can always rent it out to someone that wants to do something.
That's a good point.
You know, and
Don't
end of the day,
strangle the
maybe
golden
like
goose.
right? Do like a super like 100-year lease where we end up out on top in 100 years and we own a high rise, you know? So like that could be like end game, you know?
That's a good idea.
So
Do you ever see a day where you sell your air rights and you have condos built over
if
the property?
like if the number's right at that point, you know, and that's kind of crazy because then that restricts what we can do.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
for
I know
sure.
that our property and the one directly north of us are still like houses, and they're going to open up a bar next door where Raina used to be as well. So, you know, that might be like 6 more bars, you know, like, yeah. So Rainey Street's coming back in a big way, especially the south side of Rainey Street.
I love that.
I'm ready to party there.
Yeah, me too.
It's only Wednesday,
Is it
and I don't
Sunday
drink on Wednesdays, but I am ready to go.
I know my
Hey,
milk,
man, we have
my milk tea is
$10 cocktails.
Yeah, what's the what is that the special on a Wednesday?
Yeah, so Wednesday, Thursdays, maybe coming back to Fridays, happy hour, and then Sundays we're going to have happy hour for sure. But Wednesdays and Thursdays right now, it's like $5 beers and $10 all specialty cocktails,
From what time to what time?
open to close.
Wow.
Or no, open to 8.
Open to
Sorry.
8.
Yeah, my bad.
Open to 8.
So a couple hours for happy hour.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Used to be open to close.
Happy hour prices. I love it.
And soon we're going to have baskets of mozzarella sticks and smash burgers.
Yes, mozzarella sticks are on the menu for sure. That's 100%.
That's
happening.
my favorite
Yeah.
food.
That's
love it.
Dorian's favorite food as well.
Well, there we go. And we know Dorian knows what he's talking about. So
Yeah, I got enough names I can drop when I walk into this bar that I'm going
There
to
you
act
go.
a fool.
all right, gentlemen, it's a pleasure.
Pleasure. No, thank you.
And we'll get this out. We'll do all the clips and everything like that. And we got to put an event together where the office heads up to the bar there, and
That'd be very cool. Yeah, of course.
agree.
we'll follow up
Becca
with
will
this podcast.
lead the pack.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Becca's
All right,
welcome.
man. Appreciate it.
Of course. I appreciate you guys.